I took months of speech therapy to get rid of it just so you guys understand me a little bit better. But enough about me. I'm going to introduce you guys to the real stars of the show. These beautiful Belgian draft horses in front of me here. On our left, we have T-Bone, Gibson. Can everybody go, hey, Gibson.
Hey, Gibson.
We all know horses, they love hay. Whoa. So it is nice to say to them every once in a while. And yes, the jokes do get far worse. Fake laughter is greatly appreciated. You can even tell me the joke sucks. I will take anything but silence at this point. Now, a little fun fact about our friend T-Bone here on the left. He is the baby of the barn. He just turned 6 years old. Oh, wow. Baby, believe it or not, he grew a lot from last year, and he's still going to grow. Good job, boys. Let's give them a great big round of applause. Super difficult turn, and they executed that without curb checking, you guys. So I'm very proud of them. We'll start off on our right here, the American Fur Company store. That doubles as the Beaumont Museum dedicated to post-physician Dr. William Beaumont. He was here in the 1800s, and what he is known for is his insights into our digestive system. That is because he ran across a fur trader by the name of Alexis St. Martin. Now, Alexis was not the sharpest tool in the shed. He thought it would be a good idea to clean his gun fully loaded. Yeah. He ended up shooting himself right in the stomach, and shots like that back then usually did prove fatal. However, Beaumont was able to save his life. The gunshot wound left a permanent golf ball-sized hole over Alexis' stomach. It never healed. So through that opening, Beaumont would perform hundreds of experiments. His favorite would be tying food to string, dipping it down into Alexis' stomach, and watching it dissolve. Yeah, it's the grossest thing you'll hear today, but not the grossest thing you'll smell. Just think these two up front. That's when Beaumont realized enzymes digest for us, not our stomach muscles. Also see on the right there our post office. So not only is that one of the oldest in the United States, that is a post office. That does not deliver a single piece of mail. Us islanders, we came up with a saying, and that is, rain, snow, sleet, hail, get your own dang mail. All quarantine laws, we did deliver mail for the residents at no charge. You also see the courthouse and police station on our right-hand side, and behind those big doors on both sides of the building hides the island's deepest and darkest secret. Cars. Yes, we're pretty much a fraud, you guys. The Carless Island does have some cars, but you know, emergency vehicles, ambulances, fire trucks, police cruisers. Don't get me wrong, I love T-Bone and Gibson here. I think they're super, super great, but I would not want these two being the speed of my emergency. They'll only go so fast. Now you also see the Biddle House coming up on our right. This is said to be one of the oldest residences on Mackinac. Parts of that home date back into the 1600s. Now, when Agatha and Edward Biddle bought the home in 1831, they only paid $100 for it. So yeah, the Biddles themselves as well, pretty prominent figures here back in the day. Edward Biddle was actually the first police chief and mayor of Mackinac Island. Sorry, guys. On the right here, you will see the Mackinac Island Medical Center. We do have one doctor and a handful of nurses year-round, and the hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. So everybody, please plan all of your medical emergencies accordingly. Now, I am just kidding with you guys. Just like anywhere else in the world, we do have 24/7 EMS support. You know, if you had to get mouth-to-mouth, I'm sure I'd rather get it from a person than from Gibson up here. Although Gibby, he loves to give kisses, so he would not be against it either way. Now, we're going to switch our direction to our left-hand side. You're going to see this yellow box next to the bench. All the people are blocking it, but I promise it's there. And back behind the box will be a sign that says, Mackinac Island Town Crier. Also happens to be my nickname. I'm very emotional. It's one of the cheaper souvenirs you can get here at just $2. a copy. Of course, other than the one on the bottom of your shoe, courtesy of T-Bone, you keep that one for free. Now, they will publish every week in the summertime, but they only publish every month in the winter time. Not a whole lot to talk about around here in the winter. As we turn up Cadott, if you look down, and to your left, you will see the Straits of Mackinac and Lake Huron. To our right-hand side will be Chambers Livery Stable. This is said to be the island's oldest operating stable owned by the Chambers family. So the Chambers, they own and operate Carriage Chores. You can say that is our OG stable right there. And we used to put all of our taxi horses in that barn, but we have outgrown it now to about 6 times the size. So now it holds on to some wedding carriages and some hackney horses. We get a ton of weddings here in the summertime. We can get anywhere between 200 to 300 per season. Yeah. If anyone was curious, we are averaging about 80 divorces per season. In one day, we did have 11 weddings before sundown. Now, Cadott Avenue here does go by another name, and that is Lilac Lane. Majority of the trees and bushes on our left here are lilacs, and the island has the highest concentration out of anywhere else in the world. We have over 68 different species, 18 different colors and variations, and they'll be in their peak bloom the first couple weeks of June, and that is when we celebrate the Lilac Festival. Week-long events all over the island. It ends with a big parade. Me, T-Bone, and Gibby here, we love parade day. We get out of work a few hours early and get to go watch it together. So coming up on our right, we're going to come across this white house, or yeah, right hand side, sorry guys. This white house. That is the Either Or Cottage. Now, that home was built by the Orr sisters, and it is given that name because if you were to ring the doorbell, either or would answer. You also see on the right coming up is Little Stone Church. Honestly, I have no idea why they call it that, but it opened its doors back in 1904, and all the limestone you see there, that was quarried from the state park. We get a good look at those stained glass windows out front as well. Those were brought in all the way from New York. They are courtesy of Tiffany & Co. Oh, wow. They are pretty expensive, which is why you may notice there's some plexiglass covering them. So we will keep that there for a couple of reasons. Reason one being the wintertime winds. This area here becomes a giant wind tunnel. We can get gale force gusts upwards of 65 miles per hour. They break into all of those windows there. And the second reason, it is right next to a golf course. A lot of those golfers are not that great. Oh no. Well, technically not their fault. That course is really tight. So if anyone wants to golf it, keep that in mind. If you look to the left, you'll see the side of a playground out there. That is part of our public school. So we do have one on island. It is all grades K through 12. They will have anywhere between 80 and 100 kids attending every single year. Now this past graduating class, you guys, was the largest we've seen in a while with 6 whole graduates. Yeah, a couple years ago, that was a different story. There were only 2. A set of twins, a boy and a girl. As you can imagine, that prom was pretty awkward. You look up to your right there, you'll see that super big house on top of the hill, and that is where I live. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think you guys actually believe me. Rightfully so, that's not my house. In my dreams. That is the Michigan governor's summer residence. So that home there was built by a Chicago attorney back in 1902. And when he finished building it, he started going through some money trouble. So he ended up selling it to the state of Michigan for the cost of construction, which at that time was $15,000. Now, since this guy was a lawyer, he was kind of smart, he ended up forming a contract with the state of Michigan. And in this contract, it basically says the state cannot resell the home unless it is to a descendant of his, and for the original price of $15,000. No more, no less. Yeah, I just took a 23andMe test. I'll get my results back in about a week. It actually might be my house.